Speak Up English, the key to success.
Hey Emma, have you ever tried practicing English for just 10 minutes a day?
Oh, definitely. It's like brushing your teeth, quick, easy, and keeps things fresh.
Haha, nice analogy. But seriously, how do you fit it into your day?
I squeeze it in during breakfast. I'll read something short or watch a quick video. It's like a mini warm-up for my brain.
That's smart. I usually do it before bed. I'll listen to a podcast or try to talk to myself in English.
Talk to yourself, huh? Isn't that a bit weird?
Only if someone catches me, but it's actually really helpful. You get to practice thinking in English.
True. Plus, you can be as silly as you want. No one's judging.
Exactly. And if I mess up, I just laugh it off. Better to make mistakes in front of the mirror than in public, right?
Absolutely. And it's a confidence booster. 10 minutes a day might seem small, but it adds up.
Right? And consistency's the key. It's like building a muscle, you gotta keep working it.
Speaking of which, ever tried those English learning apps? They're perfect for quick daily practice.
Yeah, I've used a few. They're great for vocabulary drills, and some even have games to make it fun.
I love the ones that have you repeat sentences. It's like having a mini English coach in your pocket.
Exactly. Plus, they remind you to practice, so no excuses.
No excuses indeed. 10 minutes is nothing in a day, but it can make a big difference over time.
Totally. It's like investing in your future self. Just 10 minutes at a time.
And who doesn't have 10 minutes, right? Even the busiest person can find that.
Yeah, so no more excuses for me either. I'm gonna make it a daily habit.
Same here. Let's check in with each other next week, see how we're doing.
Deal. We'll be English pros in no time. So, Emma, what other tips do you have for squeezing in that daily English practice?
Well, one thing I've found super useful is changing my phone's language to English. It's a small change, but it makes a big difference.
Oh, I've heard of that. So every time you text or check an app, you're reading in English?
Exactly. You're basically immersing yourself in English without even trying. It forces you to think in English all day.
That's genius. And it must help with learning new words too.
Yep. You pick up new vocabulary naturally. Plus, it's a great way to stay consistent without adding extra time to your day.
I'll definitely try that. Any other ideas?
Another thing I do is narrate my day in English, especially during simple tasks. Like, I'm making coffee or I'm heading to the gym.
Haha. That sounds like something from a language learning book, but I bet it works.
It does. It might feel silly at first, but it helps with fluency and thinking in English. You start to connect words with actions naturally.
Makes sense. It's like you're living in English, not just learning it.
Exactly. And it doesn't have to be perfect. The goal is to keep your brain engaged in English, even during mundane activities.
I'm gonna try that. Maybe I'll even narrate what I'm doing right now. I'm talking to Emma about cool English practice tips.
Haha, there you go. You're already a pro at this.
I'm getting there. What about social media? Do you think it's helpful for learning English?
Oh, definitely. Following English speaking accounts, especially ones that share tips or interesting content, can be really helpful. You get to learn while you scroll.
That's a good idea, and it's way more engaging than just reading a textbook.
For sure. And you can comment or interact with posts in English. It's like practicing in real time with people all over the world.
Plus, you get exposed to different accents and slang, which is super useful.
Exactly. It's like getting a mini lesson every time you open your feed.
I'm sold. Changing my phone's language, narrating my day, and scrolling with purpose. I've got my plan.
Awesome. And remember, it's all about having fun with it. The more enjoyable you make it, the more likely you'll stick with it.
That's the plan. Can't wait to see how much I improve in just a few weeks.
You've got this, Alex. We'll be fluent in no time with these tips.
All right, Emma, I'm ready for more creative tips. What else can I do to practice English every day?
How about listening to music in English? It's a fun way to get used to the rhythm and flow of the language.
Oh yeah, I love music, but how do I make it more than just background noise?
Try looking up the lyrics and singing along. It's like karaoke, but you're learning at the same time. Plus, it helps with pronunciation.
I guess it'd be great for picking up some slang too, right?
Absolutely. Songs often use casual language, so you'll learn how people actually speak, not just textbook English.
That's cool. I might start with some pop songs. Anything else?
Podcasts are another great tool. There are tons of English podcasts out there on every topic imaginable. You can listen while you're commuting, working out, or just relaxing.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Do you have any favorites?
I like ones that focus on everyday English or even story-based podcasts. They're engaging, and you don't even realize you're learning.
That's a good idea. I should find some that match my interests. it'd make it easier to stick with.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to rewind and replay sections you didn't catch the first time. It's all part of the learning process.
I'll definitely give that a try. What about speaking practice? Any creative ways to squeeze that in?
Ever tried shadowing?
Shadowing? Like following someone?
Sort of. It's when you listen to a sentence or phrase in English, then repeat it right after, trying to mimic the accent and intonation.
That sounds challenging but fun. I bet it's great for getting the hang of natural speech patterns.
Exactly. You can use movies, shows, or even YouTube videos. Just pick something you enjoy and start repeating.
I like that. It's like having a conversation, even when there's no one around to practice with.
That's the idea. It's a great way to improve fluency and sound more like a native speaker.
I'll definitely add that to my routine. Any final tips before we wrap this up?
One more thing, don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's part of the learning journey. The more you practice, the better you'll get.
Thanks, Emma. You've given me a ton of new ideas to work with. I'm excited to see how much I improve.
You're welcome, Alex. Just keep practicing, and you'll be amazed at how far you can go in no time.
I'm on it. Here's to becoming fluent, one day at a time.